photograph is 1,000 words, you know, and I'm terrible at writing. So if I can explain everything I wanted to do in a photograph that resonates, I've done my job.
For 45 years, Corky Lee has documented Asian American life through the lens of his camera.
Wherever the other photographers are, I'm not there.
With no formal training as a photographer, he captures historic moments that are still present today. In the 1970s, it was police brutality in New York City.
The image was so shocking to a wide audience because people have never seen, you know, Chinese protesting police brutality and then winding up on the front page.
But it was Lee's obsession with the Transcontinental Railroad that gave him his start as a photographer.
A lot of people know from their American history textbooks that the Chinese, you know, built the railroad. But this is an indication that there's at least one Chinese still working on the railroad. But in this case, he's a conductor, so he basically is in command.
Can you talk to us about this one, especially?
On the 145th anniversary of the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad, I resolved that I would organize a flash mob to get as many Chinese and Asian Pacific Americans as possible. I looked at the photograph and I wondered, you know, how many Chinese were there in the photograph because, you know, it's a sense of photographic proof. But I couldn't see any.
Why was it important for you to see Chinese Americans or Chinese people on that photo?
It's not so much Chinese American history, Asian American history. It's American history, and that history is what makes America great. After I took the photograph, I found out there were 6 descendants of railroad workers in this photograph. Wow. I call this photographic justice. Some people would say I'm reclaiming Chinese American history. And I said, well, yeah, in one sense it is, but it's really American history that we're reclaiming because without the railroad, this country wouldn't be what it is.
Lee doesn't just embed himself in the Chinese community. He also captures other Asian American and Pacific Islanders, including Indians and Sikhs.
The attitude that a lot of white Americans have about people of color are going to persist. I mean, it's been over 150 years since the Civil War, but we're still talking about race. Asian American activism today is probably more important. And if we don't stand up for what we feel is our rights, you know, it'll be taken away from us.
What is a takeaway that you want people to have when they see photographs like this?
Well, all the photographs were taken in the U.S. A lot of times people, you know, look at these photographs and then they would ask me, did this take place in Beijing or Hong Kong or maybe Singapore? And no, they all take place in the U.S. I think the important thing is that the key word is American, that these individuals from foreign shores are part and parcel of what makes America great.
The term blind again?
Yeah.